Hey there, League of Legends fans. Welcome to a League of Legends game here between the teams of Edgeworth, Team Edgeworth, EDG, and Team SpiritBolts. These teams have been scrimming a lot, and this is my first attempt at shoutcasting over it. These guys want to start posting their videos that they've been doing, so they need a shoutcaster to go over it because they don't want to shoutcast their own games. Am I right? That'd be weird. Anyway, so the teams, as we can see here, the blue side is Edgeworth. They have ForgotenCastiel playing Jinx at AD carry. We have FreeZin on Xerath in the mid lane. We've got we've got Shocklit playing Nasus in the top lane. We've got Leona support from WellMeow, and we have KoshiSushi. We all know KoshiSushi, KoshiFlakes, whatever you want to call him. He is playing at least jungle for the team. On the purple side, we've got antishadowmario playing Shen in the top lane. We've got Gtjio, or Steven, playing Lucian at AD carry. We have, did you see that? Oh, that blitz was hungry. That was Let's Play Fan 200, the new support for SpiritBolts, trying to land a grab over the wall as Blitzcrank. We also have TheHiddenGir playing Olaf jungle this game, and we have Lightning Spirit 78, or Lightning Soul as she's called, on League of Legends, in League of Legends, as playing as Cassidy in the mid lane. So as we can see here, just a very basic opening game. Picks and bans, which weren't really shown for this, were very simple. Basically, Edgeworth wanted to ban out a lot of ASM's champions because ASM is playing in the top lane, so lots of bans such as, let's see, they considered ASM to be the biggest threat on the enemy team, so they banned out Lee Sin. It's a very popular champion, very popular champion from ASM. If you've ever played with antishadowmario, you know that he plays a lot of Lee Sin, so banned that out. The majority of the team's second ban was a ban on Lightning Zed. Lightning Spirit 78 plays a lot of Zed. A lot of poking going on here in both lanes. Gotta love these tank top lanes because they like to poke each other, but nobody ever dies. Anyway, and then the last ban was Riven. Riven's just a big champion as of late, and they really didn't want ASM, antishadowmario, to be playing him in the top lane, or her. Riven is a girl, although she's a bit of a tomboy. But yeah, as for SpiritBolts want to shut down a lot of the carries from Edgeworth here, so they took out Forgotten's Vayne, because Vayne, as we know, is one of the heaviest hyper carries in the game, and they also took out FreeZin's Brand, and I actually played in that game when FreeZinChill got super fed his Brand, and they're going in really hard on Xerath there, but Xerath gets out. Kind of missed that whole thing, he's too busy reading out the bans really quick. Guys, you gotta relax! It's only 3 minutes in, 3.5 minutes in. Well, once the junglers start to hit 3 and 4 is when you want to start seeing the ganks coming out. Anyway, the last ban was against Koshi's Evelyn. Koshi, gotta take out those carry junglers. I mean, Evelyn is definitely one of the strongest, especially with the Vision game being severely nerfed, in my opinion. Well, not nerfed, but the Vision game is very good for stealth champions because you can see pink wards now. You can get that trinket that lets you see regular wards. It's very easy for Evelyn to just sneak into a lane when she wants to. Anyway, so back to the action here. Tries to get the grab from Let's Play Fan 200. Tries to grab the Jinx there. Grabs the minion. That is just a disheartening feeling. You see antishadowmario clearing out the waves very well, spacing out that turret just right to get those minions, but they are freezing that lane very well. FreeZinChill having a tough time in the mid lane because Caston is just such a dominant presence in lane. So you really got to be careful when facing a Cassidon. Did I say Lee Sin? I'm gonna say Cassidon. I feel like I said the wrong thing there. Whatever. So the game's going on just basic farming, very simple game. But it seems like Koshi's clearing out a ward, but they know that he's doing it, and they could have tried to go in on that, but they don't actually have any hard CC between them. Olaf only has a slow, and Cassidy only has a slow, and when you only have slows, ult against the taunt, gonna definitely do some good damage to him there. Antishadowmario really putting a lot of damage on Shocklit, which is very good of him to do. You gotta put out that good harass. If you don't harass, you're just farming, and you have to harass a little bit or you'll just never farm. In the mid lane, got a stun there on Xerath. For a second there, I thought Olaf was Koshi, but no, Olaf's on the team. He was there to counter-engage if need be. Oh, but we got... Oh, Blitzcrank's trying to just getting caught out there. WellMeow's doing her best to chase, but Blitzcrank gets away just in time. Meanwhile, Lucian, GT's getting right in on Jinx. Can't seem to get the damage out. Ooh, gets the hit back. You gotta be careful with that Leona proc. Whenever Leona hits an enemy champion with an ability, if a teammate hits that same champion with anything, it procs the mark, because she marks enemies when she hits them with an ability. Oh, it gets the flash! The flash! Oh, takes him out. The flash Zenith Blade. Very, very strong. Don't think GT needed to flash there, but he definitely didn't want to give any more kills to Jinx. Very well played by Edgeworth, the flash Zenith Blade. Pretty much at max range, too, so you have to be really, really careful with that. Because you had missed, and now you don't have your flash. Gets the stun, or the taunt, sorry, on Nasus there. Anti-Shadowmario is pushing him down. Gets the damage, but Gir just was not in the right position. Wasn't really reading what his teammate was going to do there. His brother, in fact, Anti-Shadowmario and HiddenGir are brothers. So I guess they didn't plan that out too well. He was coming around the backside. He thought that Nasus was going to go in, but Anti-Shadowmario decided to go in on Nasus, and then Olaf has to run all the way back around through Tribush, which didn't work out as well as he had thought. But anyway, so the game is going very, very well for Edgeworth. I mean, they're up 1 kill and a decent amount of farm too, because that's a big reason why they'd be up 1,000 gold. A kill is only worth about 300 to the person who actually lands the final hit, and the support or any assists only get a percentage of that on top of it. So to have an almost 1,000 gold lead over them means that they are exceedingly farming better. If we look at the farming numbers, we can see that Xerath in the mid lane, FreeZinChill, has 41 farm over Lightning's Kassadin, which only has 16. If Kassadin can't get big, Kassadin will just never get big. Here comes all the damage. She just rift walks out of it. Xerath does not have a lot of damage without having proper items, and he only has a Tear of the Goddess and a Chalice of the Harmony, so he's never going to run out of mana. But on the downside is he's never going to get a lot of damage put out. Conversely, Lightning's Kassadin only has a Tear of the Goddess, so you can already see some of the disadvantages there, because the Chalice of Harmony gives that little bit of magic resist, which definitely helps with trading in lane. And that lane's going to stall out for a little bit, and they're just going to have to do their best to farm. Kassadin's actually very hard to farm with because he's a melee champion. And when you got Xerath as a range champion, it's easier for a Xerath to farm, because you can kind of harass a Kassadin a little bit better. Once Kassadin hits 6, you can start getting very aggressive. It's a very hard. Oh, Koshi and Shocklit going in here on Shen. Shen gets the stun, gonna try to run out. He should be okay. He is a very... Oh, gets the stun again, goes in, gets the Q, and that's not gonna be enough. Nah, Shen is a little too tanky to be going hard in on. You gotta be careful with ganking the tanky top lanes, because they are just a little too much work. They're gonna try doing the little bit of harass under tower there, Koshi, with that cheeky little volatile spider coming around the corner as he stuns Shen. That was pretty sneaky. I gotta give him some props for that. That's a good stun, because if he gets the hit, that's gonna proc turret aggro onto Nasus, which gets 2 free hits. Although Nasus has a lot of armor, but as we can see here, HiddenGir was gonna go in on Koshi, but he knew not to chase because Nasus was definitely in the area. If Shen wouldn't have come down though, because Shen had decently low health. Oh, but they've come back and they're like, hey, we wanted that red buff, by the way, dude. Shen's ult's coming in. I don't think they needed to do it, but I guess they tried. I don't know if they could have turned that. I mean, maybe, but I don't think they expected that much damage. But Shen gets the kill on Elise there. I'm surprised that he went for that in the way he did. Gets a sneaky flash over the wall. Xerath isn't collapsing on that. Xerath may have come in if his ultimate was up. Is his ultimate up? His ultimate is up. If he had come through the... had come over... Didn't have to come that far, because if he uses his Lotus of Power and then ults, he'd have a lot of range and might have been able to hit the little bush by the Wraith camp. But that is just me. I'm not playing. I'm being the backseat shoutcast right here. Lightning wants to do some good damage to FreeZinChill here, but she just doesn't have the damage anymore. If we look at the items, not much has changed. He's got counter-engage. Lots of damage being put on to Lightning there. And then huge engage being put in on Let's Play Fan. They want to take out Blitzcrank again. Gets the flash out, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Ultimate from Lucian tries to take out Leona, but it was not able to. Well, it gets Leona anyway, but Jinx got the kill when both AD carries get a kill. Not much of a downside, but Lucian definitely came out on top, so he has a lot more health. GT wants to go in and get this. Lands the attack. We don't see what's happening. What's happening? It doesn't matter. He came under turret. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Olaf would come in to harass a little bit, try to counter-engage, try to make a gank. It's actually a very close game, only a 500 gold lead for Edgeworth, which is pretty good. It means that SpiritBolts are working on getting that farm back, getting the game a little bit closer. A lot of harass coming out from ForgotenCastiel, landing those chomp. Well, he didn't land the chompers, but the chompers just scare people to run away, and you can kind of. It's easier to read that zap after doing that. So, anyway, team's just farming up. Not a big change in the items, but look at Olaf's build. Olaf has built. HiddenGir's Olaf has built 3 Dorn's Blades and boots. Very, very powerful, very powerful build right there. I mean, he gets a lot of health, he gets a decent amount of on-hit life sustain. Like, it's not really like lifesteal, you just get 5 extra health back every time you hit an enemy, every time you hit with the basic attack. So when you have 3 of them, that's 15 extra health every time you land an attack, which is like having a Vamp Scepter and 150 attack, so I guess that's pretty good. Anyway, going in again, antishadowmario, taking on Nasus. Nasus has a hard time against Shen, because they both have good bully potential, but the Q is not strong against Shen, because Shen can put up his feint, which is his shield, his W, I believe. I played a lot of Shen, so I know a little bit of his moves. What? That was a little bit of oxymoronic. I've played a lot of Shen, but I think I know this. I don't know. Anyway. So the farming is going good. If we look at the top laning build, we're back down in the bottom lane. But looking back into the top laning items, Nasus is just going for that Sunfire Cape. Just needs to finish the recipe. And Shen has similar farm. I guess he just hasn't backed in a while because he probably has a lot of gold on him. Anyway, back in the bottom lane. If we want to look at the bottom lane's build, we see Jinx has almost gotten her Bloodthirster. I'm not sure what Nasus is doing. Nasus is trying to go in on Shen. I guess Shen could I guess he could with the ultimate, but Shen can easily just run away, and now his ultimate's down, so I'm not sure if that was the smartest idea. But hey, Nasus was like, yo, you're gonna take some damage. I'm gonna ult just because you can't trade with me when I'm ulting, because I do damage over time. But no, he's just gonna keep dueling around. They do the little dance, and they go in circles. And yeah, so back to the AD carry builds at this point, as I was trying to talk about. Oh, they're gonna go in. Oh, jeez, they don't have time to talk. Huge damage coming in, and that is gonna take out Let's Play Fan again. Blitzcrank is just a big target when you have such a powerful engage. These grabs, you just gotta get them, and people don't want it. People don't want to get grabbed all the time, so they just decide to pick on you a lot because. Blitzcrank has no escape. You can do the knock-up and then run away, but it's just not enough. So, especially in the bottom lane where you got a Leona who's just like the queen of crowd control, with the king being Nautilus, of course, but you don't see Nautilus very much in play these days. I would love to see more Nautilus, but you just don't get to see him as much. Anyway, as I was trying to finish on what the AD carries are building, oh no, but the antishadowmario going back in on Shocklit. I don't think he's going to dive that, but he definitely does a lot of poke. He is going down slowly. But back to the AD carries builds. I want to finish this. We can see Jinx has gotten enough for a Bloodthirster. She probably has enough gold to finish that at this point because she's had this for a while and she's been sitting in lane. And they just got that kill on the Blitzcrank, so they definitely might. Or she definitely might. He definitely might. The player, depends how you look at it. Whatever. That bush is warded, Let's Play fans, so you are just standing there. Everyone knows what you're up to, dude. But, Lucian has his Sheen, and GT on Lucian has his Sheen, his Vamp Scepter, and his Doran's Blade. Sheen's a very powerful thing on Lucian because you want to use your Q, and then you do a basic attack, and it's very good when you get the Sheen proc. Interesting to note, GT has done an amazing job of farming. He's a little bit more than 40 farm over Jinx, which is very big. In the AD carry position, farming is so integral to win. So it's definitely very good that GT has done such a good job of farming over Forgotten here. Especially since Jinx can be a very powerful champion. Gets the stun, but he ults. I don't think that's the greatest idea because Koshi comes in for the counter engage. They're going to try and stun him down. There's the ult. One more. Oh, it gets the cocoon. That is going to be enough for Koshi to take the kill with the Q, which is a execute. It does % of missing health, so it's very good for finishing off those low health champions. Nasus has finished his Sunfire Cape, so it's going to be harder for Shen to go in because Shen is going to be taking damage over time, but I guess at the same time he has his Sunfire Cape now that I'm looking at builds. So if they stand near each other, they just slowly whittle each other down. It comes down to whoever has more health, and I'm not sure who has more health naturally, because they have the exact same items. It's looking like Shen has more natural health, but, I mean, Nasus, as he starts to get farmed, starts to become a stronger and stronger champion, and he doesn't... If Shen had his jungler nearby, he definitely could have done something, but Gur was not in the area, Gur was helping out. Gur was dead, mid, if you remember. Interesting thing, Shen's farming up, still in lane, getting some hits, puts up the feint, so he's not going to die as much as he wants to. That is the big problem, is Nasus is going to have better sustain in lane than Shen, with his passive being, you know, lifesteal. And I think ASM's trying to bait like a taunt pull into turret, which is something that I like to do with Shen. It's a very powerful play to do. Kassadin's going in on Xerath there, but he knew that Koshi was in the area, so he had to be careful. There's so much power, and that turret is going to go down thanks to the movement. Oh, man! Oh, lightning just gets blown up in the mid lane. But at the same time, Shocklit's getting caught out in the top lane, but he ghosts. He's going to get away, and there goes down the mid turret. It's definitely a good play there. They just put a lot of pressure on the turret with Elise's Spider Form W, which gives her movement speed, or not movement speed, attack speed. And with the attack speed, you're able to, that attack speed, you can melt down towers. Top lane Elises are very powerful laners because of that, because they can push a tower very hard. Score is now getting up to 5 kills to 2, and 3.5 thousand gold lead for Edgeworth, which is becoming very, very big, but it's not insurmountable. It's definitely very possible to come back, especially when you have a Lucian with 122 farm, who's also 1-0, looking to finish that Trinity Force very, very soon. So it's definitely, it's not over yet, because you gotta keep in mind, none of these team fights have really had the 80 carries in them yet, and Jinx will be very strong with the ultimate, and Lucian will be very powerful with being able to kill whatever he wants to kill. I mean, if GT and with his Lucian wants to kill somebody, they definitely have the damage to do so. So they're gonna finish off the Greater Wraith, which is a new... oh no, they're going in on Gur, but they get the Shen ult's coming in, and Lightning's coming in from behind, gets the Rift Walk, gets the slow, gets the hit, gonna hit him again, and Lightning goes down from the execute, but they do get Koshi as well, and they would go in on that, but but the teleport comes in from Nasus, so this is an interesting play. They're gonna wither down. Oh man, that was a good play. They withered Olaf, got the easy stun because he was slowed from Leona, and then we're just gonna have to run away as fast as we can because we are scared now, because they are all looking through the jungle for this about 300 to 400 health Shen just running through their jungle. I guess they were expecting him to go back into Dragon Pit, but they figured, hey, if he doesn't, we're gonna go grab this dragon anyway. So Nasus is gonna be grabbing this dragon. Very powerful play from them, and that works out. Edgeworth definitely did a good job on that one, turning what would have been only a 1-for-1 into a pretty big, I believe that was a 2-for-1? 3-for-1 in the end, because they killed Lightning at the beginning, they killed Olaf. No, I think that was it. They didn't end up killing Shen. So they turned a 1-for-1 into a 2-for-1 with very good collapsing from the ultimate, and it was very well played. Who got the blue buff there? Kassadin got it? I can't tell who got the blue buff. I think it was Kassadin. It looks like Kassadin got it. Can't tell with visual effect. Because he's got that little glow underneath him. Oh! Oh! For a second I thought that was someone stealing it, but no. But that was very good. This is a good way to pick up the blue buff from there. I don't know. I got excited over nothing. Now everyone's going to think I'm an idiot. But anyway. Shen tries to stun that, or taunt that back, but Koshi is right there to come get it. They get the vision. Koshi's going to come in. This is going to be a dead Shen. Shen's just getting caught out. They don't have the ward coverage. Well, they did have that warded. I don't know why he went back in on that. But Lightning and the Gur are here to re-engage. Gets the slow, but now she is just stuck in the middle of them. Gur didn't come up fast enough, and there goes Lightning very quickly. But Olaf's going to try to clean up these 2 kills. I don't think Olaf's going to have that kind of damage. Olaf wishes he has that kind of damage, but he does not. He flashes I don't know why he would go with Flash instead of Ghost. Ghost is generally the more common thing to build on, or to take on Olaf, because when you're using your ultimate, you don't get affected by crowd control, any crowd control effects. So when you're able to, your ultimate takes that away, and then you can Ghost, you can now run fast, and nothing can stop you. And Ghost will obviously get you places a lot faster than Flash would. I can see why you would want Flash for going over walls and stuff. I'm the weird one who does that with Tryndamere. But, I mean, it's just letting you know, oh, they're going in. Huge damage coming out to Let's Play Fan. And he is just going to go down very easily for them. They have such a powerful engage. Oh! Throws down the ultimate from Jinx to take out GT. That is GT's first death. But they did a good job collapsing on that, because although he was ahead, way ahead of Jinx, it's just, when you got his team helping you, they're helping out a lot. So, Let's Play Fan here finished his, I forget what the name of that item is, the golden ball of Shurelia's Reverie is essentially what it is, because it uses Shurelia's Reverie's active. They're going, oh my god, what a great CC chain there. They landed the chompers, the stun, and then Leona came in, the Xerath stun, which is usually pretty hard to land because you have to put the E out, and then you have to hit him with another spell. It's very powerful. E is called Mage Chains, I believe, and then you got the Q and Arcano Pulse. I used to play a lot of Xerath, so it's nice to see Xerath putting out that damage, making the stun blocks work. And just like that, very good use of Lotus of Power. You don't see a lot of that. Landing the Mage Chains to the Lotus of Power to the Q. Definitely being able to catch out Lightning there on Cass, and it is now a 10-kill lead and over 10,000 gold advantage for Edgeworth. I think what SpiritBolts have to do is they have to try to land a grab. They have to start killing them one by one, but it's just way too hard to do that when they have such good counter-engage power between them. I mean, when you have a Leona or a Nasus or even a Xerath in some ways, and even in some ways Elise, just everyone but Jinx, you have really good counter-engage power, because if someone's coming in and trying to grab off the one kill, if Elise gets there in time, that's a Cocoon to stop you, or that's Leona just Zenith Blades and Qs to stop you, or Nasus can wither you, or Xerath can stun you with his Mage Chains, his EQ combo. So it's very simple, and when you have a champion like Jinx, who can definitely work with any CC when you have the Chompers, you get beautiful CC chains, and you're able to just push out, you're able to just grab and kill off them trying to grab and kill you. So you got to be very careful. Jinx is coming in, and he has to get out of there, but he's not going to get out of there in time. Let's Play Fan is just not... Let's Play Fan is just not getting his hands ready for a lot of these. He's not spacing very well, and he's doing his best, and I gotta give him some props for that, but he just can't seem to stay in the right place, and he's getting caught out, and it's not good. It's not a good thing. It happens to all players. It's just, you have those games where you're just not paying attention to your mini-map as much as you normally would. So here we go, Shen's getting caught out, and Shen doesn't know what to do. He's just gonna dash, he's gonna try to go through the wall here, he's gonna try to swing around Tribush, and he's gonna get out, but Koshi's there to catch him anyway, so can't even get the flash on the wall. ASM is going down, just getting caught out. They're putting too much focus on pushing down towers, and if you look at the wards on the map, Edgeworth has got a huge control over the purple topside bush, or topside jungle, I should say. So because of that, if anyone wants to just come and push top, they know if anyone's coming to help them. They know how they got there. They know if they're even trying to sneak around to backdoor a turret or anything. So having all these wards out is definitely very good for Edgeworth, and it's just a good way of seeing how powerful your team is. If your team has a lot of ward control, it just shows you how much gold you have, because it's ultimately a little more expendable. So GT here is gonna... I'm not sure if GT's actually gonna grab... No, I guess he is, because Lightning's backing, so... No, I guess they just gave up on that blue buff? I'm not sure what happened, I can't even tell. I think, yeah, they're just giving up on it? I don't know? What are they doing? I don't know what they're doing with this blue buff. But, in the meantime, Edgeworth just decides to say, hey, we'll just take this dragon, but They managed to get Jinx out there, and they get the grab onto Koshi. Koshi's going to go down, and for that turret, or for that dragon, sorry, they are going to get a kill for Lucian and a kill for Olaf. So GT and Gir are going to definitely be doing good damage. You gotta really be careful of any Olaf, because that E does true damage. Anything that does true damage is it's just really, really good, because no amount of armor or magic resist will ever protect you from that. And as we can see, ASM just cannot deal with this Nasus. There's nothing he can do about it. He's just trying to tease him and mess with him, and hopefully Blitzcrank can save the day, and he does! Gets out of there just in time. And Blitzcrank says, I'm just going to run away. I just saved my friend, and that's all I wanted to do. They get the slow on him. They get the Zenith Blade onto Olaf here. Xerath is going to try to lock the CC on him. I'm not sure what happened there with Shen, but he died. Okay. Anyway, Gir's going to be running away. They're just going to go on the Olaf hunt. Oh, they thought he had flashed through the wall, but no, didn't. WellMeow wanted to find him backing in the Dragon Pit, but he was not backing in the Dragon Pit. That's very, very upsetting, I'm sure, when you waste your flash or something like that. Anyway, GT's going to try to put out the damage onto Nasus here, but definitely just not able to, because, I mean, Nasus has just got so much armor now. If you look at Nasus' build, he's got his Sunfire Cape, he's got his Iceborne Gauntlets. That's a lot of armor. It's going to be very hard to take him down, and he's got his Null Magic Mantle now. Or no, not Null Magic Mantle, Negatron Cloak. That's what it is. That's the better magic resist item. And with all that magic resist, that Nasus is not going to go down to any easy fight at all. And the big problem with SpiritBolts is they don't actually have a lot of tanks to fight against it, because Shen is not in the same position as Nasus is yet, because Nasus has 2 completed tank items, one of which actually helps him with damage, and, well, both of which kind of help him with damage. And Shen only has a Sunfire Cape, and he's working on finishing his Randuin's Omen. That's the name of that item. He's finishing that, which helps the team chase. Shen checking out the red buff, and they're like, hey, look, it ain't here. And then they're going to go in on Jinx. Jinx putting out good damage, but they just didn't have anyone else around him. 2, 3 very, very powerful Arcane Barrage with the power of the Lotus, whatever, I forget what it's called. Lotus of Power, I think it's called. It's when you go into that stance and your range gets stronger. And there goes Shen, getting caught, just, again, with the powerful ward control. And you have powerful ward control. They just trying to, it was just more or less a good movement, because they don't have the wards there anymore. But they definitely had very good, how do I explain it? They just had a very good way of collapsing that to be able to catch Shen out. So they're going to try to poke this down, but even with that true damage, they're just not hurting that Nasus as much as they want to. Lucian's taking good damage, but Lucian put out good damage with that ultimate. I gotta give GT some props there. Definitely landed it on just the right people, and that's the biggest problem with Lucian's ult, is that it can only hit the first person it runs into, so it's kind of hard to put it onto the carries. More or less a burn thing, and here comes an Arcane Barrage with the Lotus of Power, gets a double kill from Xerath. Very, very well done there. Again, I've never seen such good use of the Lotus of Power. What it is, if you don't know, it makes him... Wow, look at this. They're going in on... who are they going in on? Oh, no, Leona came in, they got the kill on Leona, and then they killed Shen. Okay, so they were going on Shen. I couldn't tell. It was a big cluster of everything happening. But this is starting to easily run away from SpiritBolts. They just can't seem to get the fight going the way they want it to. But as I was saying, the way Lotus of Power works is he locks himself in position. Oh, we got a good shot of him right there. Right as I was talking about it. Locks himself in position, and it increases the range of all of his spells. And when you do that with your Arcane Barrage, which is his ultimate, it gets a lot of range. And I haven't seen it used so well before, because the biggest problem with it is that you can't move. But I guess when you have the really good I can't say ward today. When you have really good ward control like that, I'm gonna get back to that, because the big fight's coming out, and they just blow up Lightning Zed, and they're gonna, Olaf's like, I'm just gonna kill Elise before I die, and then he dies, and then, Shen comes in to try to save the day, but Shen cannot save the day, because he does not have the damage compared to Nasus and, Xerath. Xerath stuns him, gonna try to go in on him, but taking turret shots, and he uses the, Relic Shield oh no, that was the, Arcane Staff passive to shield himself, and then he This was very good. Very well played. Did he bring barrier? Yeah, he brought barrier. He used that too. But they have very good use of their skill shots to stun them out, and they're just gonna blow down Shen here. There he goes. It's 4v1. Nothing you can do about it. This game is definitely in Edgeworth's favor. Let's Play fan can grab anyone. They're gonna go hard in on Jinx here. Can't seem to get it, and Rift walks in, gets an attack, can't do enough damage. Big problem with Caston is that Caston has to be casting his abilities to do a lot of damage. If you can't get all the damage out, you just can't do it. Lucian's gonna get away from that. Let's Play fan's just gonna be like, hey, you know, I'm just picking a fight with you right now. Olaf's trying to fight Nasus, but they're just too tanky, they're too far ahead. Big damage being put out on the Jinx, but Jinx gets her Get Hyped, I believe it's called. I forget what her passive is called, but basically whenever she takes out the turret, she gets movement speed, but Olaf pushes his way through with Ragnarok to get the E off to finish that. Lucian chasing him behind him, hits the pretty good ultimate there on Nasus, but wasted a little too much time on Nasus. Did good damage to him, but sadly, as he was running away, the rest of his team chased after Blitzcrank and took Blitzcrank down. Shen's going in on Leona. Lucian's going to try to come in to stop that, but easy peel from Elise to land the cocoon and just run away. Very, very easy for them to peel and get away. Their team has a very, very mixed power of that. I was saying something earlier, and I don't remember what I was trying to finish. It wasn't about items. It wasn't about... I don't remember what it was about. But as we can see, they're setting up for a Baron. Jinx is the only one down. So, WellMeow is just like, I'm just gonna attack this a couple times, take a few hits, and just run away. I thought you guys were gonna get here faster. What took you guys so long? Just wanted to get Baron. Is that so wrong? Anyway. Game is playing out. It's looking like it's going to be Edgeworth's game, but you never know. It ain't all about how fed you, it ain't about how much gold you have, it's about how you use it, and about how the team fight is going, it's about how you can do it. So, when you have a 6-5 Olaf, I whistled as I said that, a 6-5 Olaf, and a 3-2 Lucian, you can definitely put out the damage. Like, Olaf is definitely going to have a very powerful E, Lucian's definitely going to have just powerful everything, gets the stun on to GT there. FreeZinChill is just getting those very, very powerful... Jinx throws a rocket, aiming for Lucian, doesn't kill him though. But, as I was saying, just definitely using that Lotus to the best of his ability. Like, it is a normal thing I've seen before to go to the E and then Lotus Q, but they're going to try to make a play here, but they can't. Like, SpiritBolts just can't make it happen. Like, they're going in, and they're just getting caught out, and I don't even have the time to talk about it because, like, it just happened so much. They're getting caught. They can't. You grab Nasus, that ain't good, and he's going to try to speed up, and then the Arcane Barrage kills him, and then it's just too easy for them. It's the same stuff I've been watching for the past few minutes, and I got to give them a lot of credit, but Edgeworth has definitely played a very good game here. SpiritBolts did try the hardest, and they were keeping it pretty good at the beginning, but Lucian can only do so much. And the inhibitors have come back up, so they actually can't push down the Nexus yet, so they take down the Nexus. Luckily that has brought Lightning back up, so if they want to try and fight this, they have a slightly better chance than they did before, but they're going in on Nasus when they should be going in for Xerath. And with that, there goes the Nexus. That is the game. Thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I'll be seeing you again with more of these. It's a very good game from Edgeworth, very well played. Just overall a good team comp, very powerful board control, and you gotta give them a lot of props for that. And they even need the Baron, even though WellMeow really wanted it. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys later.